A tough day for automakers in today's Consumer Alert. Ford is recalling nearly 3 million vehicles in the U.S. to fix a transmission problem that can increase the risk of inadvertent crashes. The recall covers certain 2013 to 2019 Escape, C-Max, Fusion, Transit, Connect, and Edge vehicles. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says a bushing that attaches the shifter cable to the transmission can degrade or detach, and that can stop the vehicles from shifting into the intended gear. A vehicle shifted into park might think it's in a different gear, allowing it to roll away. Dealers will fix the problem. Owners will be notified by letter later this month. There were nearly 400 crashes involving vehicles with partially automated driver assist systems last year, according to automakers, and more than half of those involved Teslas. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration ordered the report to assess how the systems perform and whether new regulations may be needed. However, the report says the most common cause of the crashes involved the self-driving vehicles from being hit from behind for being too cautious. Americans are facing staggering gas prices, and they can depend on factors far from America's borders. So what really goes into the price you're paying at the pump? Harold Barnett explains.
I pay $175 to fill up this car.
That was half a tank. A little more than $64 for half a tank.
We all know that feeling of pain at the pump.
And you don't even know why.
But what you may not know is what exactly determines the price of fuel.
The supply and demand.
Inflation all around, the war.
Taxes. I don't quite understand the whole economics behind it.
What makes up the bulk of the prices we see posted?
Oh, without a doubt, it's crude oil. And crude oil is a globally priced commodity.
Robert Sinclair is a spokesperson for AAA. He says there are four main contributors to the price of gas: taxes, distribution and marketing, and refining, all playing a key role. But roughly 2/3 of what you pay is based on the price of crude oil, which itself is up 70% from last year. American oil companies lead the world in oil production, but we still consume far more than we make. Saudi Arabia is second in production, and Russia a very close third.
Russia was and is a major producer, so you take 10% off the market, suddenly everybody is scrambling with that higher value, higher price.
What's the next major contributor?
Probably refining costs is the next major contributor.
Refineries are not distributed evenly across the country. You'll find lower gas prices in southern states where there are more refineries. As you head west, there are fewer.
In California, you have to drive, and thus the gasoline there is more valuable, and with very few refineries, it's going to be more expensive.
Sinclair says as long as the war in Ukraine rages, prices will continue to rise. So one gas station in Minnesota is trying to find some humor in the situation.
Try to show empathy to your customers. When a little Toyota Corolla gets fuel and it's $80, you kind of, know how much it hits home to people.
Now, you may remember some states instituted gas tax holidays, which temporarily suspend the gas tax. President Biden said he's considering that on the federal level, but energy experts say it's just not enough to offset the increasing price of oil. And if there is a major hurricane this season that disrupts oil production in the Gulf, analysts say you can expect still higher prices. Errol Barnett, CBS News, Jersey City.
President Biden called on U.S. oil refineries today to produce more gas and diesel, saying their profits have tripled during a time of war between Russia and Ukraine as Americans struggle with those record high prices at the pump. The gas prices have become an economic burden for many and a political threat for the president's fellow Democrats going into the midterms. The president's message that corporate greed is contributing to higher prices has been controversial among economists, yet the claim may have some resonance with voters. Hutch is